Hello. So let's talk boundaries today. It's a very important thing to set boundaries and to keep your boundaries, especially in any aspect of your life. You have to be able to set those boundaries and hold on to them for you. When you become sick, when you are diagnosed with a chronic illness, that becomes even more important because you reach a point where your illness and what you're going through kind of takes front seat, and everything else kind of gets pushed back. And a lot of people won't understand that, or they understand it but they won't accept it. So you have to you have to set those boundaries. Plus, when you're going through something like chronic illness, stress is such a big trigger for illnesses, and toxic relationships, negative people, all that stuff contributes to stress. So if you have stress in your life, you're not going to get healthy. You're going to be held back. So you have to be able to make those decisions to eliminate those triggers and those relationships that are negative or toxic, and create really healthy boundaries for those. And it's not going to make people happy. People aren't going to like it. They're not going to like it. They're going to be very offended by it. They're going to take everything very personally, and they're going to fight it. And what I've learned since becoming sick is that I have to stop caring. I have to stop caring whose feelings I'm going to hurt or who I'm going to make feel bad, because I just can't deal with it anymore. Because I have decided that my mental health is so much more important than appeasing them. And that's a tough thing to do, especially when it's family members. It's really tough when it's family, but sometimes you just have to do it for your own happiness and your own health. And, stress is such a big, huge part of what makes us sick. And if we can get those triggers and those toxic relationships out, and we can really focus on us, getting healthier faster is a lot easier. So yeah, set those boundaries. Set them, uphold them. If you make people mad, you make people mad. If you hurt people's feelings, you hurt people's feelings. This is your journey. This is your health. And you need to make sure you're healthy for yourself and for the people that are relying on you, that love you. And if you're focusing on the negative and the toxic, you're not going to be able to do that. You're not going to be able to do that. And you're going to keep being sick and exhausted and tired and run down and all the things that come to do with when you're stressed out. And you're going to have high blood pressure. So you really should just set those boundaries and not be afraid of them. And it's hard. Trust me, it's really hard. I still struggle with setting boundaries and with upholding those boundaries. With some people it's really easy. With other people it's a little harder. But I do know it's important. And I do know that setting those boundaries, and the ones that I have set, have made me a happier, healthier person. It has helped me to improve the relationships that I do hold on to. It just overall becomes a better environment for everybody when you let go of the things that stress you out, and create the boundaries to keep those things from continually coming into your life. And it's not holding a grudge. Setting a boundary is not holding a grudge. It's deciding Sorry, it's deciding what's best for you. And that's important. Like, you really need to decide what is best for you and what is best for your family and what is best for your health. And it all basically comes back to that. And remember, you're your own advocate. And part of being an advocate is setting your boundaries and saying what you're willing to tolerate and what you're not willing to tolerate. So don't be afraid of it. And I mean, when I say don't be afraid of it, I'm speaking to myself not to be afraid of it. A lot of times I will question myself and say, well, am I holding on to these boundaries for the wrong reasons? Am I keeping these boundaries in place when maybe I should just let them go or relax them a little bit? But you know best. And don't let what other people say make you doubt your decisions, because you know what's best, and you really have to, trust yourself and trust your instincts and know that everything you're doing is to put yourself first and to take care of you so that you can be healthy and you can be here for the people that need you. And that's the bottom line. And that is why boundaries are important and why they are a big, big part of living with chronic illness.